Good morning. This is Carrie Van Dale, CEO and President of Van Dale and Associates, and welcome to, is it our fourth YouTube, Ronnie?
Yes.
I thought so. Van Dale and Associates is a woman-owned business enterprise. We were founded in 1993, and we partner with businesses that want to get the greatest benefit from the knowledge and expertise of their people in two ways. The first is through leadership training, and the second is through our Train the Trainer system. The title of our YouTube today is Who Should You Fire? And I know that you can see that sad face online. It's because nobody likes to fire anybody, but I had to do that in my business. And the article I wrote about this topic is a touchy article. I tried to remain as anonymous in my writing because it's a true story of one of my associates I had to fire. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Ronnie and have her facilitate this discussion. Good morning again.
Good morning. Carrie, your article is titled, I terminated an associate having an affair with my client. Can you briefly explain what happened? The problem that occurred with this employee?
Okay. We're sorry about that pause, that intermission when the phone rang, and we actually had to get that. And obviously, we are recording this YouTube in our office. So, Ronnie's question was, how did this problem happen? And
what the problem was?
What was the problem?
Just briefly.
Okay.
An overview of what the
One of my associates was doing some work, and I'm going to be vague, was doing some work for a client. And my gut just told me that she was spending unusual off hours with this client, and it just a practice that was never part of Van Dale and Associates. And I confronted her on it, Ronnie, and then obviously terminated her.
Okay. The problem was there was an affair going on.
Yes, she was
between her and this specific client.
Right, the contact company. At our client. Correct. That's right.
And the client was your client for your business.
Correct.
It wasn't a outside person that she knew.
That's exactly why
it happened within the company.
That's right.
Okay.
That's why I knew I had to step in, because I didn't want that guiding principle in my company.
Correct. Some people could look at that situation and say, well, that situation sounds like a personal problem on her end, and so why would you fire her over a personal decision that she made? And how would that affect your business? Some people might look at that situation like that. Can you explain to our listeners why that affects your company?
Right. Yes. Yeah, that's a really good question. It affected my company, and it would affect my company the same way today, September 13th, 2019, because of my company's guiding principles. Every company has a vision and a mission and a set of goals. Every company has a set of guiding principles, or they should. My guiding principles direct our behavior in the workplace, direct our reputation in the community. And my guiding principles were developed and are still in place because of the reputation I want for Van Dale and Associates. So I wasn't firing my associate because of her personal decision. I fired my associates because of her personal decision tainting the reputation of Van Dale and Associates.
And that's important to know as employees and as business owners, that every decision that you make, whether it's personal or it's business,
Right.
it always affects more than just you.
Exactly.
It is your reputation.
Exactly.
It falls under what's the word for it?
Culture.
Yes.
Culture.
Yes.
Yes.
Of
Exactly.
what that business you're representing or your business in general
Yes.
stands for.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
words or situations and problems, they spread.
Yes. An example. My guiding principles are really my code of conduct.
Yes.
And every organization, for profit, not for profit, should have a code of conduct.
Mhm.
For example, my little robotics team who will compete at VEX events. Well, VEX has a code of conduct on their website. I copied it, and at the beginning of our robotics season, I shared that code of conduct with my kids, with my team. And it's because the VEX wants to control and protect their reputation.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain to our viewers what the best approach and solution as to how you handled this problem, this personal problem with your associate?
Okay. Well, in every organization, for the most part, there is a progressive discipline. And a progressive discipline includes a series of steps: verbal warning, written warning, first written warning, second written warning, suspension, termination, and it varies depending on the organization. And where the discipline starts, either verbal warning or written warning or suspension, termination, depends on the problem, the infraction. The infraction of this affair between my associate and one of my clients was severe. It broke it broke all of the guiding principles, the code of conduct. So I didn't go through the rung where I said, well, this is your first verbal warning and then written warning. It was severe enough that I said, you're not going to work for Van Dale and Associates any longer. And it was actually easy on my part because I could tell that she really was not wanting to work here. And I made it easy on her. And so that's my answer to your question. That's how I approached it. And it all worked out for her, and it all worked out for Van Dale and Associates.
Yep. Great. Yes, it's always important to save the company's reputation. And sometimes you have to make those hard decisions when somebody puts your company in a position of putting their reputation, the company's reputation,
Yes.
in a sticky situation.
That's right. And I will not tolerate it.
No,
as CEO and president, I will not tolerate it.
No, and
Nobody
would.
Right.
So, to sum it up, employees, employers, every decision that you make, whether it's on company time or off company time,
Yes.
affects the business. It affects
Yes.
the company. And that's so important to remember as adults, that choose wisely.
Exactly.
Think about everybody involved before you make any decision.
That's right. That's right. And so, may I make a summary comment?
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm going to go back to the title, Who Should You Fire? And the sad face. It's always a sad time when termination happens, but it's part of life.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Thank you, Carrie. Please follow us on LinkedIn and subscribe to our channel. Have a wonderful day and God bless.